Hey everyone, and welcome. Look, if you're trying to keep up with what's happening in AI, you know it feels like drinking from a fire hose. Well, in this explainer, we're going to turn that fire hose into a focused beam, breaking down the developments that really matter. Let's just jump right in.
It's just wild. Every single day brings dozens of new research papers, new product launches, and major announcements. It's a full-time job just to track everything, and honestly, the signal-to-noise ratio can be pretty overwhelming.
And that's the big question, right? In all of that noise, what's the stuff you really need to know? Well, that's what we're here to do. We've sifted through all the updates to bring you the developments that are having a real, tangible impact, from the tools you can use today to the research that is literally shaping tomorrow. And we've got to start with one of the biggest players in the game, OpenAI. They have been on an absolute tear, launching a whole blitz of new products and research initiatives just in the last little while. Just take a look at this. They're pushing forward on 4 completely different fronts at the same time. You've got a massive product upgrade with ChatGPT Images, a new way to measure AI's ability to think like a scientist, a framework for using AI in an actual lab, and even an academy for journalists. The pace is just incredible. So let's kick things off with the one that you can feel right away. The new ChatGPT Images is a serious upgrade. And yeah, the fact that it's up to 4 times faster is great, but the real game changer here is the precision. You can make much finer edits and get way more consistent details, which, has been a huge headache for a lot of users.
But what's really fascinating to me is that beyond just making better pictures, OpenAI is pushing deep into fundamental science. They've rolled out this thing called FrontierScience, which is a benchmark to see if an AI can actually reason like a scientist. And maybe even more impressive, they're using GPT-5 in a real wet lab, a traditional lab with beakers and chemicals, to try and speed up molecular cloning. They're exploring both the incredible promise and, importantly, the potential risks of AI-driven discovery.
Okay, so that's what the big companies are shipping out the door. Now let's go a layer deeper, inside the research labs, to see the work that's going to power the next generation of these tools. This is where the future is really being built, right now. One of the huge themes we're seeing in the labs is this relentless drive for efficiency. Researchers are tackling the biggest problems. How do we make these giant models faster? That's where something like causal parallel decoding comes in. How do we make them more reliable so they stop making things up? That's what model-first reasoning is all about. And how do we make them more sustainable? Turns out, even just rethinking how we talk to them can make a big difference. And of course, as AI gets smarter and faster, it's being applied absolutely everywhere. We're seeing it pop up in super specialized fields like healthcare, where it's helping align these really complex medical scans. It's moving into the arts with models that were built for speech now being adapted to create synthetic singing voices. And it's even tackling the nitty-gritty of specific legal systems, like this new benchmark for Vietnamese law. And this right here, this quote, brilliantly illustrates the new frontier we're in. It comes from a paper on pure mathematics. The AI wasn't just a fancy calculator here. It was a collaborative partner. Think about that. It helped discover a new mathematical inequality and then helped prove it. This is a profound shift in how we even think about scientific discovery itself. So, with all this technology moving at lightning speed, it's no surprise that there's a massive economic story unfolding right alongside it. Let's zoom out for a second and look at how AI isn't just a new tool, it's becoming a whole new engine for the global economy. If you need just one number to really grasp the scale of what's happening, here it is: $190 billion. That's not a typo. That's the projected size of the global AI market by next year. This isn't some niche tech sector anymore. It's a foundational pillar of the modern economy. And that kind of growth, it needs an equally massive physical foundation to support it. And the World Economic Forum really hits the nail on the head when they explain how this is all being built. The absolutely insatiable demand for AI is creating a boom in the physical stuff that powers it all: data centers. Just building and upgrading these massive facilities is becoming a primary driver of economic growth all on its own. Okay, so we've covered today's products, the latest research, and the economic impact. Now, let's look over the horizon. Let's talk about the debates and the breakthroughs that are shaping what AI is going to look like tomorrow. The next huge leap is all about multimodality. Basically, AI that can understand way more than just text. It's finally breaking out of the text box. We're seeing models like Meta's Sam Audio that can understand complex sounds, platforms for creators that seamlessly blend different kinds of media, and even concepts like Grov, which aims to give entire teams a shared AI memory. This is AI becoming a true creative and collaborative partner. All this rapid progress, well, it inevitably leads to the big debate about artificial general intelligence, or AGI, that quest to build AI with human-like reasoning. On one side, you've got the view that we're about to hit a hardware wall, that our chips just can't keep up. But there's this really compelling counterargument emerging that says we are vastly underutilizing the chips we already have, and that the real bottleneck is how our software and hardware work together. So the path to AGI might not be about building bigger chips, but about using the ones we have much, much smarter.
All right, let's do a quick recap. The big industry players, they are moving faster than ever. The research community, it's all about making AI more efficient and pushing it into brand new areas. All of this is fueling a new economic engine built on data and computation. And looking ahead, it's all about multimodal AI, and that debate over the future of AGI is really heating up.
It is just an absolutely incredible time to be watching all of this unfold. We're seeing progress on every single front, from the products in our hands to fundamental science to the very infrastructure of our economy. And it really leaves us with one final crucial question. As AI accelerates everywhere, which one of these breakthroughs will be the one that truly redefines our world? That's something to think about. Thanks so much for joining me.